We're doing emo shit today. We're gonna do a tier list on emo bands. I know some of them. I don't know all of them. I've heard of a lot of them, but I've never really listened to a lot of them. That's it is what it is. But let's go ahead and get started here. So, the Academy is that's actually one of the bands that I used to listen to in high school, and I remember what was their big hit? We've Got a Big Mess on Our Hands, I believe it was. That was their like one really big hit, and then About a Girl, I believe, was another really big hit. I've never heard of Acceptance. I've probably listened maybe once to a song from them, but I don't know. AFI was a huge one for me though. I still listen to AFI. Their December Underground album was quite possibly like probably the quintessential emo album of all time. I will say that. I want to just December Underground was perfection. I don't know who this is. Alkaline Trio. I love Alkaline Trio. Really good band. I don't know who this is. American Football. Really good. Amberlin. I don't really know them. I don't know this one either. Armor for Sleep. I wasn't really a huge fan of. At the Drive-In. I don't know. Basement. I don't know. Bayside. I don't know. Brand New was okay. I wouldn't say they were the best. I'll put them in C. I'll put them in C because there's a few songs that I actually do like from them. Bright Eyes is really good. I like Bright Eyes. There's quite a few songs from them that I like a lot. Captain Jazz, I have no idea. Chiodos, that was a screamo band. I was never. Okay, I won't say that I wasn't into screamo because there was a lot of like screamo bands that I did used to listen to, but I don't know. I was never like a huge fan of them. Circus Survive was another one. I don't know what the fuck this is. Coheed and Cambria, that's like still one of my favorite bands of all time. I think what was their A Favorite House Atlantic was a really big one. And then Welcome Home was a huge one from them. Not my favorite ones. I think my favorite Coheed song is either Blood Red Summer or I want to say Devil in Jersey City. I think that's what the song was called. It's my favorite song. I don't know what it's called. Dashboard Confessional was a really good one. I used to listen to them all the time. I own all of their CDs, except for the Shade of Poison Trees. I was never able to find the Shade of Poison Trees, but otherwise I own pretty much all of Dashboard Confessional's discography. I don't know who the fuck that is. Death Cab for Cutie. It's a great one. It's just like the Postal Service. Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service was a really big band for me when I was in high school, and they still are. I still have a lot of Death Cab for Cutie CDs in my car that I listen to every now and then. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Evanescence. I'll put them in C. I liked like maybe one or two songs from them. That was about it. I don't know who that is. Fall Out Boy was a really big one for me. I liked a lot of their early stuff. I haven't listened to any of their new stuff. I know they've got their new, what was that? Their new album, So Much for Stardust. I haven't listened to it at all. I probably should. It's been a very long time since I've listened to Fall Out Boy. But while we're doing that, Flyleaf, I'll put in B. Flyleaf was a band that me and one of my best friends listened to a lot. I still have their one album. I can't remember what it's called. What the hell was that album called? Their first album was literally called Flyleaf, and it had I'm So Sick and All Around Me and stuff like that on it. From first to last, I'll put them in C. I liked like maybe one or two of their songs. I don't listen to any of their new stuff. I haven't listened to them in a very long time. Funeral for a Friend, I've never listened to. Further Scenes Forever. Hawthorne Heights, I'm going to put them in C as well. They're a really good band, don't get me wrong. I don't listen to any of their new stuff. I only listen to maybe 2 of their CDs. Their very early ones when their main lead singer was still around. Obviously, that was kind of tragic for that band to happen. But I don't listen to their music anymore. Don't know who that is. Hoobastank, I wasn't really a huge fan of. Hoobastank was okay, but they had like maybe 1 or 2 good songs for me too. Don't know who that is. 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 Jimmy Eat World, I'll put them in C because there was like their Bleed American album was a huge album for me when I was in high school too. That one, I think Pain was probably my favorite song on that album. Knapsack, nope. Matchbook Romance, I think I know 1 song from them. I can't name it off the top of my head, but I'm sure I've heard of the song from them before. Mayday Parade, I'll put them in C. What was Mayday Parade? Oh, Miserable at Best and Jamie All Over. That were their big songs. Not really a huge listener of Mayday Parade. I think their one album was probably really, really good. That's kind of the way that it is for a lot of these bands, honestly. They had like albums that maybe had like one, or bands that had one good album on them are pretty much C and below. So C and D, I maybe liked 1 album from them. B, I liked a few albums, which I would probably at that point put Dashboard Confessional up because I liked a lot of their albums. A, I liked quite a few of their albums, and then S, I've pretty much liked almost everything that they put out. Modern Baseball, that is a tragic breakup for a band. Not in the sense that like something bad happened. It's just, it sucks that they broke up. That was, Modern Baseball was probably my favorite band aside from Coheed and Cambria of all time. I don't know what it is about Modern Baseball, but their music was just something else. If you don't know Modern Baseball, definitely go and give them a listen, because they're really good. Their lyrics are crazy good, and I mean, it's just all around good music. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Motion City Soundtrack. That band actually was probably bigger than Coheed for me. I don't want to order them all as like good to best or whatever, or good or best to worst, because then that's just gonna be getting into a lot of shit that I don't really want to deal with. But Motion City Soundtrack was a really, really great band for me. I've covered a lot of their music, and I really, really enjoy listening to their music still. And it's the same way with My Chemical Romance. I mean, you don't ever really grow out of those bands. At least I didn't. I still listen to My Chemical Romance. I actually, just a little bit ago, I was listening to Bullets in my car while I was going to get some food. So I don't know who that is. Paramore, I did like quite a few. I think their self-titled album was probably my favorite album of all time from them. They had some really, really good songs on there. and their one song, Last Hope, on their Paramore album was probably one of the songs that got me through a really, really hard breakup very easily for me. I think if I didn't have that album at that time, I probably would have been in a much worse situation than I was during that breakup. But I don't know, it got me through a lot. A lot of these bands have gotten me through very specific things, and I'll get into that a little bit more once we finish this stuff up. So Pierce the Veil, no. Plain White Tees, I'll give a D. Pup, never listen. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, I know their one album. Sailsin, I know one album from them. No Say Anything, I really, really like quite a few of their songs. Quite a few of their albums, actually. I have a few of their albums. Census Fail, I'll put them in C. Silverstein, never listen. Sleeping with Sirens, nope. Taking Back Sunday, no. A lot of these bands I don't really know anything of. The Spilled Canvas, actually, I know a little bit of. The Used, that was a really, really big band for me too. Thrice, no. Thursday, no. Under Oath, no. That and Weezer. Alright, so I really want to kind of go through these bands real quick. AFI, when I was in high school, probably around like 9th grade, I think, is when I became like, well, I guess it would categorize it as emo. I came to school for the first time in like all black clothes, eyeliner, painted nails, and all that kind of stuff. And a different haircut, kind of like Davey Havok's haircut, which is the lead singer of AFI, the middle one, if you could see it. I came to school, and that was probably the band that got me through a lot of high school, was AFI. Not to say that their music really like touched anything deep within me. I mean, their lyrics are really, really good. It didn't really hold as much meaning for me as like Modern Baseball's lyrics did, but AFI was a huge influence for a lot of the music that I one, listened to, and two, played. So Motion City Soundtrack was a band that I fell in love with before AFI. That was the Future Freaks Me Out was, I believe, their first song that I ever heard from them, and that was in like 7th or 8th grade, I believe it was. And that was when I first started getting into like music itself, because before I listened to Motion City Soundtrack, I really was not into music at all. I'm really surprised that Blue October is not on this list, unless I totally missed it, but as far as I see, Blue October is not on this list. That was another really, really big band for me, aside from Motion City Soundtrack. And then Coheed and Cambria, I probably didn't start liking them until later on. They were one of my brother's favorite bands of all time, and they slowly became one of my favorite bands as well. Death Cab for Cutie, I didn't start liking until like 11th grade. By then, they were kind of, they had come out with, I think, Narrow Stairs. I never really listened to Narrow Stairs that much, but their Plans album and their Transatlanticism and Plans were two really, really big albums for me from Death Cab for Cutie. Modern Baseball, as you already know, a lot of their lyrics have helped me through some crazy times. I don't own, or no, I do own 2 of their albums. I don't have Holy Ghost, which is really sad. I really want to get that album. But I have Sports and You're Gonna Miss It All. Those are the two albums that I have. They only really had a few albums, and that really sucks because, I mean, they weren't a huge band, but they were very niche in their lyricism and the way that the vocals went. Now you have Slaughter Beach Dog, which is good. Their Slaughter Beach Dog is an amazing band, and I do love a lot of their music. A Modern Baseball is always going to have a special place for me. And then of course My Chemical Romance. That obviously is the aside from AFI, the quintessential emo band, and I don't know. Obviously, they're just they have really good music. They obviously have hit a lot of people with their music, and I don't know. It's just really good. I mean, I don't think they have an album that I disliked at all. Modern Baseball has not had an album that I disliked. Coheed hasn't had an album that I disliked. Motion City Soundtrack and AFI hasn't had an album that I disliked. I can't say the same for Death Cab for Cutie. I do like quite a few of their albums, but their sound has changed quite a bit from Plans and Transatlanticism. But I don't know. It's not a huge deal or anything like that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining in. I really appreciate it. It was cool going back to a lot of these bands that I haven't thought about in a while. The ones all in S I still listen to, and some of them in A I listen to every now and then as well. But all these other bands, I just they kind of flew off my radar. So I might go and give a listen to them again just to you know, check them out again and see if some of them I'm sure have new albums out and stuff like that I can probably take a listen to. But regardless, this was the Emo List of music. I still say there's a lot of bands that I love still that aren't listed here. But you know, it is what it is. I'm sure there are other lists out there that have those bands. But regardless, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. This list will be down in the description below. Peace out.